going to give it just ever so slightly a little tap. I'm holding on to it very well so that I make sure it doesn't come apart, and then I'm going to come back and make sure that it's to the top so that it just gives me that perfect spear. If it comes over a little, watch this, just like that. It's not a problem. Take your spatula, just come right on across it. All of that will clean up, just like that. So we're going to set those aside. Now, if I wanted to use these as a support rod for my next cake, using 2 or more of them, I would make the spears. I would take and attach the spears together, and then on the very last spear that was going to be touching my cake, I'm going to take the support and I'm going to set it down inside all the way to the bottom. Just like that. Now, to keep it from wobbling everywhere, I normally take a piece of masking tape and I set it on here and I just wrap it a little bit so that it holds it right into the center for me. Right there. And that's all you need for your support. Now, when you're done with it, you would just measure from here to here and clip it where you need it to be. And that's all there is to making beautiful spears for supports for your cake. So I'm going to put this aside, and when it cools, I'll pop it out for you.
Begin.
All right, so now we're going to move on to one of the other steps, which is Isomalt. And I'm working with Cake Play Isomalt, and it is pre-cooked, ready to go, and all you do, once again, is drop it down inside the cup and heat it. Every microwave is going to be different, so please watch your microwave. And see, I have all of these beautiful leaves and butterflies already pre-made for you so that you're not going to watch paint dry. So now I'm going to show you how we get from here in the bag, little nubs, to here, which is already heated in the microwave, ready to go. And then we're going to pour it into our molds, which then will start to dry, and then I'm going to pull it out, get it ready, and turn it into these. So we only have a few steps, very simple. Ready to go? This is a pour. Once again, all you have to do is just move it out. And I think it's gotten just a little bit thin or thick on me because it was sitting there while I was playing with from here to here. So I'm going to just finish this one, and then I'm going to pop it into the microwave just for a few seconds to warm it back up, because that's like a corn syrup consistency, and I really want this to be more of a water consistency so that it flows really nice and easy and doesn't wind up being quite so thick. So you'll see the difference, which I think will be great for you, between when it isn't quite warm enough to when it flows, when it's like the water. It's not going to wind up being thick. You can see down inside, if you're this area here, is thicker. So what I did was once I poured it, I took the toothpick and I moved rather fast to get all of those little edges. You don't want to try to pour into all of those. You wind up with a little bit of an over pour, but if that happens, it's an easy cleanup and a fix. So I'm going to set these guys to the back out of my way so that I don't wind up taking and knocking them completely off the table, and then it's going to make for a very long video shoot. So mind the microwave going on. I'm just going to use that for about 20 seconds and just to heat it just enough to get it to that liquid form again, and then we'll go from there. We don't want to pour too many of these at a time because we don't want them to dry hard. I actually want it to still be flexible so I can pull it up and move it and give it some shape other than just flat. Flat does not quite cut it. Anything flat is pretty much dead. We want movement into it. So you can see now that was thick when you watched it come out. Now take a look at the difference of this. So when pouring into molds, you want it just like that. And so you'll see that it'll flow a whole lot nicer for me. So here we go. And it'll be actually make for a thinner leaf as well with using the same amount. There we go. Once again, toothpick to the rescue to get down inside all of those little corners. Now, let me tell you, if you're doing this and you're going like this, thinking really hard to get it into all of those little places, it's going to dry on you. So it really is just move it right on into those little crevices and then move on to the next one. So I'm going to do 3 of them, and then I'm going to stop and check the first one to make sure that it still hasn't dried all the way on me. So once again, just pour it, move it.